Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a supernatural horror film, Mama. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins when the radio is broadcasting about a tragic incident that happened in the area. In the next scene, a child named Victoria is picked up by her father, telling her that they should move as soon as possible from their location. It is obvious that the father of the child is worried about their current situation, implying that they are affected by the local news on the radio. Not long after, the father brings his two daughters to his car so they can proceed to move out. The two girls are distressed about what is happening, but their father just completely ignores them and continues to drive his car in the middle of the winter. Because of driving recklessly, the car starts to slide off the snow, resulting in them falling off the cliff. Fortunately, the three of them are safe from the car crash. They go out of the car to try to find shelter for them to stay the day. Luckily, after walking around, they find an old cottage in the middle of the forest. It is completely free for them to use because no people are living in it. The cottage interior is all worn out because of age, implying that its owner has already abandoned this house for so many years. While looking at the window, Victoria says she can see a woman outside of their shelter. At the same time, the father is seen grieving. He is shown crying and having an emotional breakdown just a few minutes after they go inside the cottage. The father explains to Victoria the reason why he is grieving. He apologizes to his daughter because he and his wife made mistakes and could not work out their relationship. It is revealed in the earlier scenes that because of the financial crisis of the family, the father brutally murdered his wife, along with his colleagues in his work. This explains the strange behavior of the father to his daughters. He is guilty of what he did. The father removes the eyeglasses from Victoria's face intentionally, so she cannot see properly. The man has the intention of mercy killing his daughter to end their suffering. He then reaches for his pistol and starts pointing it at Victoria. However, just seconds away from pulling the trigger, the father is seen being attacked by an unknown dark figure. Because of the sudden disappearance of their father, the two children are left inside the cottage with nobody. The dark figure, who however even gives them an apple and seems unwilling to hurt the two kids. Time skip to 5 years later, it is revealed that the father has a twin brother that is named Lucas. After all the incidents from his brother's past years, Lucas is seen having a normal life living with his girlfriend. In the next scene, two hikers are walking around the area near the location where his twin brother had a car accident. After walking for a few more, they see the same cottage that Lucas' twin brother and his daughters use as a shelter. The old man goes inside the cottage to check the interior. Upon inspecting the cottage, he sees lots of doodles hanging onto the wall, implying that children lived in the area for a while. While inspecting for more, there is a dark figure just behind the old man. His other accomplice notices it, and two of the unknown dark figures start attacking them. In the next scene, it is revealed that these two dark figures are Victoria and her younger sister, still alive after their father abandoned them in the cottage. One of the hikers brought the two children into a room to show them to Lucas. With guilt in his heart, Lucas goes to the room to check on his abandoned nieces. At first, the girls show fear of their uncle. The years of them having no social life took a toll on their mental being. For Victoria to see properly, his uncle gives him a pair of glasses to wear. However, upon wearing the glasses, Victoria mistakes her uncle as her father. The therapy says that because of the girls' trauma, they have created an imaginary parent figure, which they call Mama. While in a therapy session, the therapist asks Victoria what happened in the woods. Victoria says it was a long time ago. A lady ran away from the hospital for sad people. She took her baby away and escaped to jump into the water. The therapist asks the child who told her the story. Victoria replies that Mama told them. At the same time, along with his girlfriend and nieces, Lucas peacefully moves into their new home. Even though the girls see signs of trauma, the family lived peacefully at first. One night, while Lucas and his girlfriend are making out, his girlfriend notices that someone is keeping an eye on them. To look for the person, they go outside their room to find out who it is. However, with bad luck, Lucas only sees a black butterfly flying inside their house. Lucas takes a good look at this strange butterfly, and right after that, a dark figure attacks Lucas, making him fall down the stairs hard. Because of the tragic injury, Lucas is confined inside a hospital, diagnosed with a coma. Because of the father's condition, Annabelle, the girlfriend of Lucas, is now in charge of taking care of the children. After the incident, she still keeps seeing the dark figure roaming around their house. While Annabelle is taking care of the household, the therapist continues to study the behavior of the two sisters. Inside their room, the therapist finds a strange doll lying on the bed. Victoria says that the doll was not made by them, but by Mama. Still being bothered by the dark figure, Annabelle goes outside her room to inspect every corner of their house. At first, she goes to the girls' room to tell them that the night is late and they should sleep. Annabelle sees that the girls' closet is open, which is why she goes there to try to close it. However, Victoria warns her not to touch it. Ignoring what Victoria said, Annabelle closes the closet and says goodnight to the little girls. Annabelle says to the therapist that she can hear Mama, the imaginary parent of the girls. The therapist says that Victoria could be playing the role of Mama, assuring Annabelle that there is no strange creature living inside their house. The same everyday life continues for Annabelle and the children, but a strange thing is happening. While comatose, Luca's subconscious shows his brother, telling him to save his daughters. After the strange dream, Lucas starts having a convulsion in his hospital bed. Fortunately, after the incident, Lucas successfully wakes up from a coma. Because of it, the two nieces visit him inside the hospital, giving him a doodle to cheer him up. While inside the bathroom, Annabelle talks to Victoria. Victoria says that she does not want Annabelle to get hurt. Trying to make sure everything is alright, Annabelle tries to touch her, but Victoria quickly tells her not to do it, because Mama is getting jealous. That same day, the great maternal aunt of the children goes to their house to check on the kids. The aunt believes that the two sisters are being abused by Annabelle, which is why she phones someone to make a formal complaint. The therapist continues to ask questions about Mama. By asking questions to Victoria, he finds out that this Mama is living inside their walls. The therapist shows a picture of a woman to Victoria and asks her aggressively if she is Mama. Victoria does not want to answer the question, and not long after Victoria screams, Mama comes from the wall and starts going for the therapist. The therapist believes that Mama's real name is Helvetia, who was actually the owner of the cottage wherein the two sisters lived for 5 years. He also believes that there is a passage inside the family's house that connects to the ghost. However, being a man of science, the therapist admits that there is no rational explanation for his theory. He also says that an extraordinary case needs extraordinary proof. That is why the therapist himself goes to the abandoned cottage to investigate it. The therapist promises that he will come back to the city with an answer to the strange case of the two sisters. While asleep, Annabelle had a dream about Mama. In the dream, it is shown that the life of Mama before she died. Similar to the story told earlier by Victoria, Mama forcibly escaped the mental hospital and then went to the church to retrieve her baby. To be able to do so, Mama killed one of the nuns that were taking care of her child. Escaping the church officials, she ran inside the forest, hoping to escape. However, she found herself cornered with nowhere to go but to jump off the cliff. Refusing to be caught by the authorities, she then jumped off the cliff and died with her child. In this revelation, we realize the reason behind why the spirit of Mama is still bothered. The ghost Mama lingers and longs to find her baby back. Because of Mama's mental illness, she was deprived by the church to take care of her only daughter. The spirit of Mama tries to find the remains of her baby's dead body, but unfortunately, she is not able to find the remains but just meets the two sisters in the cottage. Because of her deprived maternal love, Mama then attaches her parental love to both sisters. The younger sister tries to wake up Victoria, saying to her that she needs to go because Mama is coming. However, Victoria starts realizing the threat of Mama to her new family, which is why she insists on staying in bed. Victoria is starting to feel hatred towards the ghost. The younger sister goes outside the house by herself to look for Mama. That same night, the therapist is in the middle of the forest to look for the old cottage. After walking for a while, the man finds the cottage and goes inside. Accurate to his theory, he sees a portal in the wall that connects Mama to the children. As he is about to touch it, he hears Mama scream and crying. While taking pictures of the old cottage, the therapist is being attacked by the ghost. Mama lunges to break the man's neck, leaving him unconscious. In the morning, Annabelle sees the younger sister lying on the ground outside their house. Trying to make her calm, she brings the child to their house and gets hold of her. Annabelle finds out that holding and kissing the child's hand makes the girl calmer. While inside the girl's room, Annabelle finds that the closet starts moving out of nowhere. She goes to the clothes to open and check the interior. After arranging the clothes, she sees the portal in the wall that connects to the old cottage. This is the reason why the ghost has access to both of the children. Knowing about what happened to the therapist, Annabelle becomes vigilant and orders the children to take care of themselves. Being curious about the therapist's study, Annabelle goes through the man's documents to learn more about Mama. Upon hearing the story of Victoria, Annabelle quickly recollects her dream of Mama and integrates it with what her niece said. In this time, Annabelle realizes that Mama is more than an imaginary parent figure of both of the children. Mama is a bothered ghost lingering inside their house to take care of the girls. At the same time that night, Lucas goes to the cottage to look for the therapist. The younger sister is found staring blankly at Mama. Victoria says not to entertain the ghost. However, her younger sister is already paralyzed, refusing to move an inch. Mama, being mad, starts attacking the girls. While inside their room, Mama comes out of the closet and hurts Annabelle by hitting her back, leaving her unconscious. At that same moment, the great aunt of both of the children trespasses and comes inside their house. Mama attacks the woman and uses her body to terrify the family even more. After a few minutes, Annabelle regains consciousness and quickly looks for the girls. Even though she is limping, she goes outside to check for the children. Annabelle takes the car to go to the forest to end everything. While driving, she sees Lucas roaming in the middle of the woods. They both go to the old cottage to confront Mama. Silently, they go inside to inspect it. Not long after going inside, they see the ghost-possessed aunt of the children standing in the middle of the living room. This time, the body seems unconscious, which is why they go outside the cottage to find the girls. Annabelle sees the children on the cliff where Mama dies. As soon as she sees them, she and Lucas go to the cliff as fast as they can. On the cliff, they see Mama persuading the younger sister to jump off the cliff, trying to reenact what happened over a century earlier. Fortunately, Lucas gets hold of the younger sister to prevent her from jumping and killing herself. However, Mama starts attacking Lucas as soon as she gets hold of him. Trying to save her boyfriend, Annabelle offers something to Mama to make her stop the attack. Annabelle gives the remains of her dead baby in exchange for the security of their family. Mama grieves as she gets hold of the bones of her child. However, the ghost becomes furious again when she hears the voice of the younger sister. Upon hearing the scream, she throws her child's bones onto the cliff and starts pursuing the younger sister instead. Mama starts attacking Lucas and Annabelle, leaving them unconscious for a while. Mama realizes that she is already attached to the younger sister, undermining the remains of her dead baby. Because of it, Mama uses her power to violently take the sisters to come with her. At the same time, the younger sister goes for Mama and embraces her. Mama asks Victoria to come with her. However, before jumping off the cliff, Annabelle gets hold of Victoria. Seeing the love of Annabelle for the child, Mama allows Victoria to go with Annabelle. Both of the sisters cried as they are starting to be separated from each other. Not long after, the younger sister and Mama jumped off the cliff and disintegrated into pieces. After a tearful farewell, Annabelle and Lucas hug Victoria, assuring the child that her younger sister is still with them in spirit. This is Daniel's CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.